Today, Americans lined up to pay their respects, pausing in silence at his casket. Mr. Bush is the 11th president to lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda. And today there was an unforgettable moment when fellow World War II veteran, former Senator Bob Dole, now 95, stopped to salute him. A moment no one will forget. Nancy Cordes has more on today's tribute.
Under the Capitol's Great Dome, everyday Americans and luminaries alike filed past in mere silence, with a tear, a salute, or a prayer for the nation's 41st president. His long life of public service reflected in the faces of well-known aides, colleagues, and friends, like Cindy McCain, whose late husband John McCain was the last person to lie in state here. President and Mrs. Trump visited the Bushes for about 20 minutes at Blair House today. The two families have clashed in the past, but appear to have reached a détente, though Mr. Trump will not have a speaking role at tomorrow's memorial service at the National Cathedral. At a conference today, Jeb Bush explained why.
What people want to talk about is, well, why isn't the president giving the eulogy? And it's because we have a unique circumstance here. My brother was president, you know. It's like, I'm sorry.
Outside the Capitol, citizens from across the country waited to say goodbye.
I just drove all night from Boston, Massachusetts.
Irene Schaefer of San Francisco brought her 10-year-old granddaughter.
Maybe once in a lifetime that you would, see that everybody comes together. We're together, we're not divided.
Inside the rotunda, we saw sports legends like Peyton Manning and people who benefited from the Americans with Disabilities Act, which Mr. Bush signed into law. The Bush family visited too, mingling with well-wishers.
I know my dad's heart would have been warmed. Ours clearly are.
Neil Bush came last night and again today.
It was more rewarding for me to be able to hug people who were actually grieving and crying and to be able to share, the strength that I know that I get from being able to celebrate a life so well lived.
All right, Nancy's still in the Capitol tonight where people are still lining up this evening. And Nancy, you are just getting some more details on the service coming up tomorrow.
Correct. So the public viewing continues overnight here at the Capitol. There are still thousands of people waiting to get in. And then tomorrow morning, President Bush's casket will be transported via motorcade across the city to the National Cathedral for a memorial service that will be attended by every living president and by many foreign leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Great Britain's Prince Charles. Jeff?
Okay, Nancy, thank you very much. We will bring this broadcast there as well. CBS News will have live coverage tomorrow of the state funeral of George Herbert Walker Bush. On CBS this morning, our guests include former Bush aide and Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice.